And welcome back, guys. Welcome back to an episode of Katawa Shoujo. There's something behind us, and it's probably frightening, and it's probably pink. It's probably pink. I just have this feeling that it's pink. But let's get back to it. I freeze on the spot. My face becomes like stone. It's as if I can feel my brain disconnecting from my body. My eyes slowly shift right, trying to catch a glimpse of the disembodied voice. Nothing? My face begins to slip as time passes, and I decide to risk turning my head. Ever so slowly, I twist it to the... Ah! I jump into the air and drop my bag, yelling out in surprise. As I recover and regain my composure, I turn to see... I should have known. Emmy? Emmy? Gotcha, Hasao. Oh, jeez. Okay. Ask and ye shall receive. I talked about her in the last part, and now here she is. She kind of counts as pink, or is that light brown? Does she have light pink hair or light brown hair? It's actually hard for me to tell. And I don't think I have any form of colorblindness, so you guys can comment down below. So I'd say it's a very soft, light pink. It's not really that brown. Gotcha, Hasao. She stands there with a mischievous grin on her face, hands forward and fingers pointing inward. She was the one who jabbed my rims with her fingers. I look down at her with a grimace, rubbing my head in frustration. That's no way to greet someone, you know. You have no sense of humor. I left my sense of humor in my English class. Complain to the teacher if you want it give it back to me. She pulls her best puppy dog eyes on me as she pouts. Lily's managed to build up my resistance to the tactic, but Emmy's short stature adds enough to the effect to make me relent. So, how are things? I haven't seen you around for a while. Same old, same old. I run so fast, nobody wants to join me on my morning runs. It's a real pain. Her modesty never fails to amuse me. Although... Uh-oh. You know what I'm thinking, don't you, Hasao? Wearing my emotions on my sleeve is one of my worst habits. She sees right through me. Fortunately, I see somebody else approaching us that will give me an out. Oh, hi, Hanako. I give her a welcoming wave and try my best at looking like I haven't noticed Emmy's pouting face. She gives a small wave back. Hello, Hasao. Emmy. Hi, hey, Hanako. I'll join you and Lily in a sec. Actually, speaking of lunchtime company, it's odd to see you without Rin, Emmy. Ah, Rin! Without a second word, she forgets all about us and bolts off up the hallway. She must have forgotten she was waiting for her. Hanako and I stand speechless, only able to helplessly stand and watch this ball of seemingly boundless energy dash off. Oh yeah, Hasao? She suddenly stops herself just before vanishing around the corner to the rooftop staircase, spinning around to meet our bemused faces. I hate English too. And with that, she disappears. All I can do is hang my head and give a long sigh, thoroughly left in the dust. As I hear a short giggle coming from behind me, I turn to see Hanako smiling at the corner my attacker rounded. I picked up my drop bag from the floor and quickly dusted off. Afternoon. Been busy? You don't like English? Oh, nah. I had a test on it a while back, and Emmy caught me brooding about the results. Ah, sorry. She averts her gaze, guilt written on her face. A casual observer would think she just accidentally reminded me of a dead relative. Come on, it's not your fault. How are you doing in it? She looks up, though still avoids meeting my eyes. All right, I suppose. An awkward silence passes. They seem all too common around Hanako. Oh, Lily asked if you'd like to join us for lunch on the roof. Yes, I don't exactly have any pressing engagements to attend to. Sure, I'll be right up. Wait, didn't he say to her that he'd be with her and Lily in a sec? I'm very confused. So they didn't have lunch plans? So I guess he was just using it as an out? But I'm very okay, never mind. It's not important. Sure, I'll be right up. I'll go get my lunch from the cafeteria now, then. Go on. You don't need my approval to leave, you know. Okay, I'll be going then. She gives a skittish reply, a small nod, and quickly makes off towards the cafeteria. I guess she must have forgotten to bring lunch today. As I walk through the hallways, more and more students start to come out of classrooms and pass me, going in the same direction as Hanako went. By the time I manage to make it to the stairs, I'm having to push my way past a busily chattering throng of students. Finally managed to get past the last of the crowd and round the staircase, slumping slightly in relief and slowing my pace before I open the door to the roof. Oh, damn! I momentarily avert my eyes, all but blinded by the harsh summer sun. Oh, everyone's here! I guess I should have asked that question. I was like, but don't usually Rin and Emmy end up on the roof? As I slowly regain my vision, the surroundings finally take form. Lily, Emmy, and Rin sit together on the rooftop, the top of the hilltop forest around Yamaku, visible past the fence around them, as if to frame the view. Ah, Hasao! Lily and Rin give a quick nod of acknowledgement and a deep nod of greeting, respectively. I start walking towards the rather mismatched trio, and can't help marveling at the speed with which Emmy devours the rest of her half-eaten banana. Hey, strange to see you three together like this. It seems to have been quite the day of coincidences. Emmy and Rin decided to eat on the roof just as Hanako and I decided to. You stole it. This spot was ours. Simmer down. You can't steal a place in the school. I plonk myself down beside Lily, the four of us creating a semicircle. I think she is right. You too? The butterflies is her accomplice. The butter? As I glance around, sure enough, a small yellow butterfly floats across my field of vision. So tell me, how did this butterfly help Lily steal this spot? It scouted out our conversation and told her. I should have known better than to expect sound reasoning from Rin. Regardless, I guess it wouldn't hurt to play along. You're telling me that she can talk to butterflies? There are people who can talk to horses, called horse whisperers. Lily must be a butterfly whisperer. I bury my head in my hands as Emmy rounds on her strange companion. She doesn't seem to share Rin's sense of humor. Whispers don't work like that. Emmy and Rin continue their banter as I turn to Lily, who's busily finishing off her small box of curry and rice. So, what brought you up here anyway? A little fresh air every now and again doesn't hurt. Ah! Emmy breaks off from her vain attempts to introduce the concept of logic to Rin. That was why we came up here too. Something tells me that it was her idea alone, and that Rin only got dragged up here on Emmy's whim. Then again, the same could probably be said about Lily and Hanako. Now, we can share. The creaking of the door to the roof can be heard as soon as she says the words. A moment of silence falls over us as everyone's attentions focus on the figure appearing from it. Hanako slowly walks over to us, her eyes pinned to the ground, slightly ruining the attention she's attracting. She tenses, just barely, when her eyes meet Rin's. I can't help raise my eyebrows as she walks over to us and sits next to me, doing her utmost to avoid looking up, even as she brings her cafeteria bread to her mouth. So, how do you and Emmy know each other anyways? Emmy's somewhat well known around the school for her athletic abilities. She's the fastest member of the track field club, by some margin, even beating Miki Miura at the track meet last week. Miki Miura. Ah, that tan girl from the front of my class. Considering her height and toned body, being able to beat her is quite an accomplishment. Looking over to Emmy, it's very clear she is well aware of this fact, as she beams proudly. So, Hisao, what was your score in English? Oh, no. 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 Abort. 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 Wait. There's a possibility here. There's someone sitting in front of us that is pretty good at English, and they could help us. But we gotta play our cards right. But she's going to lecture me. Ouch. No comment. Boo. She puffs her cheeks and pouts, but it doesn't take long for her to bounce back. Alright, if I tell you mine, you have to tell me yours. Deal? Fine. Okay, on the count of 3, we both say our results. No, this is a trick. It's a trap. Feminist conspiracy. Good old Kenshi coming back into this. 1, 2, 3. I was gonna say 32. Actually, good on you, Hisao. You didn't say it. I beam a mischievous grin. Ah, evil. Did you see? Rin actually cracked a smile there. That you said it, not me. Still, the fact that you managed an even lower score than me is still kind of amazing. Urgh. She looks and sounds like a small terrier growling at an intruder. I can't say it's the most threatening sight I've seen. Either way, scoring higher than 32 isn't something to boast about, much less scoring below it for any subject. Yes, Lily. Sorry, Lily. I could help you with your English if you'd like. It would be my pleasure to. No, that's fine. But I appreciate the thought, really. Was she really talking to you, Emmy? Lily looked slightly deflated, her hopes of imparting her knowledge dashed. Oh, actually, okay, she was actually talking to Emmy. Judging from the badly hidden laughter of the rest of us, neither she nor Emmy seemed to have garnered too much pity. As I sit happily laughing, though, I feel my voice suddenly cut off as my chest clenches. Oh, no. I sit in silence for a few seconds, all my concentration forced on my heartbeat. It's only a small pain, but the ache feels like it's growing. Oh, no. Breathe deeply. I glance upward to try and keep at least some of my attention on my surroundings, to see Emmy suddenly freezing when she notices the expression of pain on my face out of the corner of her eye. Hey, Sal, are you alright? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I look back down and redouble my efforts to try and stay calm, clenching my fist to try and dull the pain. It takes a short time, but the pain, thankfully, begins to fade. When I look back up, there's only silence, and the pensive faces to be seen. I guess I'd better explain myself. Look, all of them are worried except for Rin. I don't know, like, it feels as if the Rin has some empathy issues. I don't know. Like, obviously, the idea that, you know, she's very open and brash about what she says, you know, and she's got sort of an aloof nature to her. She may actually suffer from some sort of dulled emotions. Like, see, because everybody seems worried. Like, even Hanako does, in sort of a scared, sad puppy kind of way. But, you know, like, it's interesting to see the different reactions. Like, Rin doesn't seem worried. So, it may be interesting when we go down her path eventually. Arrhythmia. I'm fine. It's just a heart flutter. Are you sure? Should we get the nurse? Taking her cue, Hanako quickly picks herself up and begins to dash to the door. Hanako, stop. Lily, I'm fine. You look like a wet, wrinkled tomato. Oh, Jesus. At least it wasn't moist. Moist, man. I can't get past the word moist. Just, like, think about it. 80% of things, like, moist as an adjective, right? So add moist to something. About 80% of things you add the word moist to, it just sounds gross. You know, like, a moist muffin sounds quite nice, actually, because, you know, it feels fun. It's not dry, right? But, like, think of a moist banana. You know, like, and then you're just like, why is it moist? I don't know why I went for the word moist. It's just because of, like, I look like a wet, wrinkled tomato. So, like, imagine if that, instead of wet, was you look like a moist, wrinkled tomato. You know, it's just like, wow. It just sort of sends the shiver down my spine. I hate it. I'm gonna stop saying it. Huh? As I bring my hand to my forehead, I can feel the beads of sweat gathering on it, and I dab them off with my cuff. Thanks. I told you. I'm fine. I'm just kind of fragile, I guess. The entire atmosphere changed from one of gaiety to downcast faces, the situation being too awkward for anyone to know exactly how to react. And of course, the whole thing is thanks to me. It just had to happen now, around others. Oh, Emmy? She looks up, a box of juice halfway in her mouth. I haven't told you of my score yet, have I? Yeah, well, you're half foreign, so your score doesn't count anyway. Lifting an eyebrow, I inquisitively turned to Lily. What was your test result, anyway? She gives a cheeky grin. 100%. Perfect score. No way. All I can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. Considering those tests are insane, even for some native speakers, I can only imagine she's gone and done something like committing to mind parts of the dictionary. A gift for rote memorization, maybe. See, only someone part foreign could get a score that good. See? Lily and I grin at Emmy's expense. Her reaction identical to mine when I'd first tripped on the little landmine. Lily's foreign ancestry does raise a point, though. Oh, that's right. You leave tomorrow for Scotland, don't you? That's correct. Emmy heard some rumors about it. It seems word spreading quickly, considering I only told a friend in my class a couple of days ago. It must be so nice to go halfway around the world on a holiday. Hey, could you buy me something while you're there? Don't be too shy now. Lily gives a light-hearted giggle, evidently fully expecting Emmy's bluntness. The rest of the lunch continues much the same as before, the jauntiness from before my heart flutter thankfully returning in full. As everyone flies off with appropriate farewells, only Lily and I are left. Hey, Lily. She packs the last of her things into her bag and clips it shut before perking her head up slightly. Thanks for breaking the silence back there. I kind of wanted to stop it, but I didn't really know how to do. As much as I'd like to sound less morose about it, the letter from yesterday is screwing up a test so badly in class, and now my heart is making things very hard indeed. She gives an unindulgent smile and nods. I hope she hasn't picked up on it, but knowing her, it's unlikely that she hasn't. Emmy's strong, but only human. We do worry about... Emmy's strong, but only human. We do worry about you, Hisao. Hold on. Why would I worry you? Her smile face collapses, becoming uncomfortably serious. Hasao, we are not ignorant of your situation. Unlike... She suddenly cuts herself short, unsure of whether she should say what she intended to. I give a weak smile and rest my hand on her shoulder. Don't. It's enough that I worry about it. I don't want you all to shoulder my burden. But if you all worry about it, I have to worry about your worries, if that makes any sense. I'm fine, okay? For a moment, she looks to be lost in thought, carefully pondering how to react. So, do you have any paper left from your food's packaging? I think so. I'll check. I rummage around in my bag for some leftovers from lunch, eventually finding a paper square from my sandwich package. Eyebrow raised, and my expression rather quizzical, I gently place the square into Lily's hand. Without another word, she brings her fingers around it to feel out its edges. This should be large enough. With both of us seated on the roof, the minutes to the lesson ticking away, she proceeds to lay the item on the ground and begin her work in earnest. Wrapped in silence, I watch her fingers move about on the small square with amazing dexterity. A small fold here, a large fold there. Her fingertips keep a slow but sure pace. Oh, is she making an origami figure? Looking up, her expression is calm and placid. The fact that her face is pointed well above the sheet in front of her makes the sight of her work all the more curious. Though I may have given away what she's making, I think we'll find out next time. So take care, guys, and stay frosty.